Good morning. Welcome to my channel. I don't know if it's morning for you, afternoon for you, whatever it is, but it is 9:36 on my time. Don't have my little boy this morning, so I figured I would do a quick get ready with me and share with y'all what's in my travel makeup bag. I just got back from visiting my family, so I have everything in here that I take with me when I travel and my go-to products. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do a full face makeup and just kind of pull out everything that I use when I'm on the go. I'm having to get ready pretty quick this morning. I have somewhere to go. So I'm going to be using the Rimmel 8-Hour Lasting Finish Primer. Okay. I've got my makeup brushes right here. I carry them in this Morphe makeup travel case. It's so easy to just throw your brushes in there, and I just close it up like that and I throw it in my bag, and I got all my brushes. Alright, so first thing I'm going to start out doing is my eyebrows. I have recently started using, I ran out of my brow pencil and I just haven't made it to the store yet, so I have just started using this Sephora waterproof brown eyeliner. It's so creamy, it goes on so easy, and I really, really like it. You just really want to use a light hand when you're doing brows, especially when it's with a heavy product like this, because it can go on very dark and heavy. I'm used to doing my brows, so I've kind of gone from doing them light to doing them a little heavy. I just kind of play around and see what looks best on me. There's that one, and there's that one. I'll just go through my spoolie and just kind of spread that product out. So Owen is at his grandmother's. Mommy had a few things she had to do today, so Sissa took off work to help me out. Thank you, Sissa. And so I'm getting to, I never really get to get ready by myself. I always have a little boy sitting right here on my lap, which I wouldn't change it for the world, but Mama just needs some alone time, you know, every now and then. Just some peace and quiet. Daddy's gone on a trip, so the whole house to myself, and I'm just on a little high right now. Now that I've got those drawn on, I'm going to take my concealer and just kind of carve those out and clean them up a little bit. Doesn't really matter what concealer you use. To do this. This is just a crucial step I have to do on myself because they look kind of sloppy if I don't do this step. Next, I'm going to go ahead in with my Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation by Maybelline. This is my go-to for every day. I wet this yesterday and it's still pretty damp, so I'm not going to worry about doing it again. Literally just tap, 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 tap. Just really pushing this foundation into the skin, into those pores, so does not have any lines in it. It goes on very smooth this way. I always bring it down to my neck. And that is just with one layer. This foundation is buildable, so if you wanted a more thicker coverage for a night out or something like that, you could go in with another layer. Okay, so what I've done for my concealer, I put it in a Revlon tube, but this concealer is the same concealer I've been using, the Physicians Formula Conceal RX concealer. I just squeezed the tube into this just because it has an applicator and it goes on a lot easier and faster. This Revlon Colorstay concealer though is very good also. I just never like my foundation to be one color all over. Some people do not like to, you know, brighten the eyes underneath, but I really think it makes your eyes stand out. It brings out all of your facial features very beautifully. I do this on all my clients. Some of them don't like the white effect it does under the eyes though, so I can, you know, customize that to, you know, make them comfortable. And I understand, you know, you're taking all these pictures, you don't want the white under the eyes to just stand out. So it looks different on everyone and everybody has their own preferences. Next, I'm going to go ahead and set my face with the Laura Mercier foundation. I'm literally just tapping this foundation into my skin. I'm not rubbing it around. I'm just setting that foundation. A tip also, if you ever get your brows too dark, you can go over with, you can just dab them with some powder and that's going to lighten them up. I usually have to go over mine a little bit after I put on powder because it does lighten them up a little bit, and I like for my brows to be perfect, I guess. after I set my face, I like to go in with a more loose powder brush and just kind of remove any excess that may be sitting on there. I don't like to look cakey. Next, I'm going to go in with the Sephora bronzer. You can use any bronzer for this, whatever your favorite bronzer is. So I'm going to take that same brush I used for the bronzer and I'm going to sculpt out my cheeks a little bit using these two shades right here. This is in the Anastasia contour palette. And this is just a little bit deeper shade, so it's just going to contrast with that bronzer and make those cheeks just really pop. Then after I do my bronzer, I usually like to sculpt out my cheeks a little bit more and remove any of that excess bronzer that got underneath. I'll just literally do this. Next thing in my bag I'm going to go in with is the Jacqueline Yeol Becca palette. This is the highlighting and blush palette. I've used quite a bit of these. I'm going to go in today with this blush right here. I'm not a big rosy red blush person, but if you are, this blush in this palette right here, these two, this is a shimmer and this is just a mattifying blush. It's very rosy pink. It's pretty. It's just a little bit too much for my taste. I use it on a lot of clients, a lot of my blush clients, they love it. And I am going to go ahead real quick and add some of this eyebrow gel to my brows just to set those. I'm a big cheapo and I have not made it to the website or to the store to buy the Anastasia brow gel that I just love with all my heart. So I'm still using this Maybelline Great Lash. It's, you know, it's not as heavy duty, but it gets the job done. So when I travel, I like to take my Urban Decay Naked palette, and that is the eyeshadow palette I will use most of the time. I'm going to go in with the shade Naked on a big fluffy brush and just do it right there in my crease. Really working that back and forth and doing circular motions. Next, I'm going to go in with the shade Buck. It's a little bit darker brown. Now I'm just going to apply that right on that outside corner and then slowly work into my crease as I get less product. I'm trying to stay like in the crease right here, but as I get less product, I do like to go above the crease and just kind of blend that out. Next, I'm going to go in with the shade Hustle. And I'm just adding this to that outside corner. And then lastly, I'm going to go in with the shade Creep. This is a little shimmer black. And add that to that very outside corner. And lastly, I'm going to go in with the shade Virgin. This is the lightest pinkish beigey color on the outside. I'm going to take my big fluffy brush again and just kind of make sure I've got all that blended together and no harsh lines. The two brushes I'm used the most are going to be the Morphe M535 and the Morphe M534. One's a little bit fluffier. That's the one I start out with, and then this one is a fluffy brush, but it's got a point to the end, so you can get those colors in that crease more precisely. Next, I'm going to be using my NYX Matte Liquid Eyeliner. And for highlight, I'm going to be using my favorite, the Becca. And then I also take my eyeshadow brush and just add a little bit of that highlight also to my brow bone up here. And then a little bit on that inner corner. Curl them lashes. Apply my favorite mascara. If there is any videos that y'all have in mind that you would like me to do please, I love suggestions, any ideas that you might be interested in watching. This is just a great hobby for me to clear my mind, and I just kind of forget about everything in the everyday world when I am putting on makeup and just sitting here in front of the camera and talking to you. So if you have any suggestions, you know, don't hesitate to just send me a message or just comment on a picture, anything, or comment on this video, please. I'm going to take the L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara in Carbon Black, and I'm going to apply that to those lower lashes. This mascara has a smaller one, so I like to use it on the lower lashes. It helps. And we are going to set our face with the L'Oreal Infallible Makeup Extender Spray. And then, you know, you could not do any lashes. You could just leave them like this, apply some lips, and go. I'm going to apply some lashes, and I'll be right back. Okay, got my lashes on, letting that glue dry, and I'm going to go ahead and apply some lips. I'm going to be using the lip liner by Milani. This is a Nude 03, and then I'm going to use the Mega Last Liquid Catsuit Wet n Wild Nudist Peach. It looks like this. I haven't been too crazy about this color, but I kind of want to give it a try with this eye look I did today. I do kind of always overline my lips a little bit. So to do this, what you'll do is just start at the little Cupid's bow right there. You'll go literally just make a thick line right above your natural lip line. And then you'll stick with your natural lip line when you go down the sides. This gives your lips that fuller effect. When I'm choosing a lip liner for my lipstick, I always go with a little bit darker color. So I just like the contrast it creates. You know, you can see the outline of my lips, and it makes my lips look a little bit fuller than they are. And that's what I look for. Alright, and that completes this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Have a good day.